So this video we'll be looking at direct proportion. So if y is directly proportional to x, sometimes that may be written in words, or you may well see that kind of fish symbol like that. So y is directly proportional to x, they mean exactly the same thing. So when something is in direct proportion like that, this just means that y equals k, and k is just a number, so it basically just means that y equals something times x. So we write that as y equals kx. If y is directly proportional to x squared, then y would be equal to kx squared, and we'll do one more. If it was directly proportional to the square root of x, then y would be k times the square root of x. So basically whatever this is, you're just putting k in front of it. So that is always your first step. So if we have a look at this question here, so we know that y is directly proportional to x, so straight away I'm going to write y equals kx. The next step is that you will usually be given some numbers like this, so all you need to do is substitute those numbers in. So we know that y equals 8, so instead of y equals it would be 8 equals, and x is 5. So rather than writing k5, because that doesn't kind of look very nice, that's not how we write it in maths, we normally put the number first. So we said rather than k5, I'm going to write 5k just because I know better than to put the number second. So 8 equals 5k, so to work out k, you would do 8 divided by the number in front of k, which is 5. So 8 divided by 5. So 8 divided by 5 is 1.6. And so that means that I now know that value of k, don't I? So I don't need to keep saying y equals kx. I can now say, well, k is 1.6, so y equals 1.6x. So that's the equation, which sometimes they ask for that. And I now need to find the value of y when x equals 3. So that is the equation. And I now know that x equals 3. So this means 1.6 times x. So I just need to do 1.6 times 3. So that's going to give me an answer of 4.8. Okay, so next one, this time we just need to be really careful on this one, because this time it's proportional or directly proportional to x squared. Okay, so just be careful, this is not x, it is x squared. So the first thing I'm going to write from reading that line is that y equals kx squared. And the other thing you need to be careful with is when you put these numbers in, we need to remember that it is x squared. So y is 40, so it would be 40 equals. And this time I need to square the x because it's x squared. So if x is 5, 5 squared is 25. So again, I'm not going to write k 25 because that's not very nice. I'm going to write 25k. So to work out k, I do my division. So it's going to be 40 divided by 25. So 40 divided by 25 is 1.6. So again, I now have worked out that value of k. So I'm not going to keep saying y equals kx squared, I'm now going to say y equals 1.6 x squared. So we need to work out, so again that's our equation, we need to work out the value of y when x equals 15. So you need to make sure that we square it first, then times by the 1.6, so it would be 15 squared times 1.6. So that gives me an answer of 360. So the next one, we've got this time that y is directly proportional to x cubed this time. So first line, y equals k x cubed. Second step, stick numbers in, but again we've got to be careful because it is x cubed, not just x. So we know that y is 20, so it would be 20 equals. This time I'm going to have to cube it, aren't I? So 2 cubed is 8 because it's 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So again, I'm not going to write k8, I'm going to write 8k. So to work out k, I'm going to do my division. So it's 20 divided by 8. So 20 divided by 8 is 2.5. So replace that k with 2.5, so it would be y equals 2.5 x cubed. So that is my equation. So now I need to find the value of y when x equals 5. Remember, we need to cube it first, then times by 2.5. So it would be 5 cubed times 2.5, which is 312.5. Right, final one is a square root. So I know that y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So first thing I'm going to do is write y equals k square root of x. Next, stick in the numbers. So I know that y is 20 and x is 4, but this time it's the square root of x, isn't it? So square root of 4 is 2. So rather than k2, I'm going to write 2k. This is the first one where we've actually got a nice division. So it's 20 divided by 2, which is 10. So replace that k with 10. So it'll be y equals 10 times the square root of x. So the final step is to find the value of y when x equals 9. So here is my equation. X equals 9, so I need to square root it and then times it by 10. So square root of 9 times by 10. So square root of 9 is 3 times by 10 is 30.